Hey everybody, I just wanted to talk as quickly as I can. This may be a little bit longer video, but I hope it's worth it. It was an amazing thing that I learned about songwriting. A number of years ago, I was writing with a wonderful, wonderful artist, songwriter, publisher, Erin Enderlin, E-R-I-N, Enderlin, E-N-D-E-R-L-I-N, Erin Enderlin, who you should look up and listen to everything she's ever done. In fact, we have a new song together on her new record. The song is called The Coldest in Town. Proud to have that with Erin. Anyway, we've written for many years, and we were writing, she had this idea called, I think this is how it went, she had this idea called I Miss That Man. You know, and she's like, yeah, I want to write it about my grandfather and stuff, you know. So we kind of kicked that around a while, like, okay, I miss that man. Of course, she loves the title because the M's, I miss that man. It just sounds like it wants to be a song title, right? The alliteration is just great in the mouth. So, and somehow we decided that maybe that wasn't the road to go, and so we wrote I Miss That Man as a love song, of course. As far as I can remember, we worked on the verses. We worked on the first verse, you know, it's like basically if I have to explain it, basically the girl in the song is sitting at a cafe with her girlfriend, and the girlfriend mentions, well, you know, it's best that you're not with him anymore, and you're going to be stronger in the end, and you know, but the girl who had broken up with the guy is singing, talking to the girlfriend across the table, and she says, this cafe, glass of wine, it's how we spent each Friday night. We'd stay too late and talk too loud. He sat in that very chair you're sitting now. You say, let him go, get over it. Friend, I appreciate your advice. You tell me it's for the best. Well, that won't help me much tonight. Even though I know you're right, I miss that man. I miss those arms, the feel of his hands against my heart. You've seen us laugh. Don't you understand the way I feel? I miss that man. Beautiful, right? First verse set up. You know, he sat in that, yeah, we used to come in here every Friday night, you know, and yeah, we'd laugh sometimes too loud. They'd ask us to leave, yeah, and yeah, we drank a lot of wine here and would have a good time, you know, and well, yeah, I appreciate you, you know, giving me some good advice, and you're probably right. I am better without him, but you know what? Can you just have my back for a second, okay? I miss him, okay? Can you just listen to me? You don't have to offer any advice. I appreciate it, and you're probably right, but can you just bear with me here? I miss him, okay? I miss his hands on. I miss him. So that's where she is in the scene. And a scene it really is, right? We've painted this scene. Well, we wrote the verse, and of course we wrote this chorus, you know. And now what? Well, convention says you got to write a second verse. So we, you know, for 2 hours we went on, I miss that man. Okay, second verse. We met in June. No. They're at a restaurant. She goes, I'll have the steak. No. Yeah, da da da. You know, we sat there for 2 hours trying to figure out what do we say in the second verse, because you know you got to write a second verse because you've only had one verse and a chorus. So where's the second verse? Well, I don't know if it happened that day or happened the next time we got together to write, but something clicked. And the reason we weren't finding what we needed to say in the second verse was because we weren't telling the truth, meaning the form did not want to go to a second verse. the form needed to support the emotion of the song, just like anything else and everything else, which is pretty amazing, really. I mean, the words need to support the emotion of the song. The chords certainly do. No problem with that. The melody has to support the emotion. The form, the verse, choruses, and that supports the emotion? Absolutely. I call it the emotional arc, or the dramatic arc of the song, which is really a soundtrack. We were writing a soundtrack to that scene, and that form needed to support wherever they were going emotionally, wherever she was going, the singer, where she was going in that scene. And the idea that to come back after this, I miss that man, after this big chorus, to go back to a verse that was emotionally down here on this level, da-dee-da-da, just didn't seem true. Although convention was telling us that we needed to write a second verse. But form is an extension of content as well. And when you're writing really more like a soundtrack, the scene, if you're supporting the emotion of the scene, then the form needs to do that as well. Fascinating. So since she's already here, the emotional energy is in the chorus is already here. I miss that man, I miss those arms, the feel of his hands against my heart. You've seen us laugh, don't you understand the way I feel? I miss that man. So where did we go? Where did we go? Verse, chorus, bridge. Bridge. To keep that emotion up, because that's where she is in the scene. She's not ready to come back down here and, yeah, so how's your mom? No, she's up here and we needed to keep her here. And so the form, again, the form needs to support that elevation of emotion. And so we wrote a great bridge. It's not just a simple, two-line bridge to get you somewhere else. It's a real section, a real substantial section of the song that maybe the best bridge that we've ever come up with. So I'll play the whole song with the bridge. And then after the bridge, it goes right to the chorus again. So it keeps everything up. The emotional soundtrack goes up here. And then it eventually goes back down where it needs to be with the sort of a tag. And now you're back maybe ground level again, where maybe she's ready to order her lunch. So keep in mind the emotional, dramatic narrative arc of this, and how the form, not only everything else certainly, but how the form is supporting that inner line, that inner unfolding, that soundtrack to the scene. This cafe, glass of wine, it's how we spent each Friday night. We'd stay too late and talk too loud. He sat in that very chair where you're sitting now. You say, let him go, get over it. Well, friend, I appreciate your advice. You tell me it's for the best. Well, that won't help me much tonight. But even though I know you're right, I miss that man. I miss those arms, the feel of his hands against my heart. You've seen us laugh. Don't you understand the way I feel? I miss that man. Let me get over him the only way I know how. I will be strong again. I don't know when. not right now. I realize we said goodbye, but I can't let him go. I miss that man. I miss those arms, the feel of his hands against my heart. You've seen us laugh. Don't you understand the way I feel? I miss that man. Those arms, his hands. I miss that man. Wow. What a lesson that was. The structure supports the emotion of the song, and we knew something was wrong when we tried to fit what we thought we needed to say in a conventional way. It's not what we needed to say, it's how we needed to